Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Gemma. I'm a single mum of 2 teens and I share my personal finance journey from how I budget and save to how I am making extra cash. If that sounds like something you are interested in, hit the subscribe button and stick around. I hope you guys are all doing really well, that the weather is a little bit warmer where you are because it is freezing cold here today. I am like layered up trying to keep warm. Today's video we are going to be talking about the financial goals that I have set for myself for the following year. Now I'm trying really hard this year to streamline them as much as possible, just to make it easier for me to be able to see my progress. I have a tendency to have ton of things going at the same time and then I can get burned out quite easily, so we're trying to avoid that this year. So in terms then of my personal finance goals, the first one, I've been speaking about this for a little while, is to make sure that we have a fully funded holiday fund. And honestly, this weather right now is making me more and more motivated to make sure that that is fully topped up. So I am doing that through cash stuffing. You will have seen that if you've seen any of my cash stuffing videos. So yeah, that is going to be a real focus, but obviously the plan is to go away at some point during the summer, the kids' summer break. So that's only going to take the first half of the year. Another goal that I set for myself was to complete a year-long savings challenge, and so for this year I set myself the £1,000 monthly savings challenge. Again, that's a cash stuffing challenge, so if you've seen those videos, in fact I'll link one of the last cash stuffing video and you can take a look. So every month I will be saving a certain amount each week, and then all of those in total will make £1,000. Now I did start this back in December just purely because I found myself ahead with my Christmas shopping and all the budgeting that I needed to do there. So I thought, let me start in December and then I will be finished in November of 2025. When I made the £1,000 challenge, I also made a £2,500 challenge and a £5,000 challenge. But I think just because this is the first time, I'm just going to stick with the 1,000 and then we will see where we go. But if I can hit my other savings goals that I'm going to go through in a second, maybe we'll be able to add in another one of those challenges. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out as the year progresses. My biggest goal for this year is to increase each of my revenue streams by at least 10%. So that will be predominantly through Amazon KDP, through YouTube, through UGC content, and through affiliate links. So when it comes to Amazon KDP then, I've decided that 2025 is going to be the first full year that I am going to be testing out regular ad spending. That's not something that I've done before. Well, not something I've done. I have done it and it didn't work very well and I got scared and stopped doing it. I'm very lucky in that I have many books now on KDP that will sell organically throughout the year. So it seems like a good move if I can master ads on those books, that we will be able to see an increase in that without actually creating that many more books. Obviously I will still be creating books, but I tend to make them as and when I am motivated or feeling creative to make them. And I'm not someone that can just sit down and just churn out book after book after book, because for me, I know that the quality just won't be there of what I'm looking for. When it comes to YouTube, obviously I'm going to try and be much more consistent on YouTube than I was last year. So I'm going to be doubling up the videos. So you'll get videos like this that will be more sit down, chatty kind of videos that will talk more about how I make money. And then we will still have the weekly cash stuffing videos as well. I'm hoping that increasing the input obviously will lead to more views. And then that in turn will increase the ad revenue. One thing, and I've spoken about this for so long, is that on this channel I am still looking for sponsorships. And it's not that I don't get emails about sponsorships for this channel, it's that they just don't feel like a very good fit. If it's not something that I would recommend to my family or my friends, it's certainly not something that I'm going to recommend to you guys. So who knows, maybe the stars will align and I'll end up with a really good sponsorship this year, and then that will help to increase the revenue there. UGC, I'm planning to reach out to more brands personally. I have had some success in reaching out to those brands rather than going through an agency. And generally when you reach out to the brand and you are dealing directly with them, you can ask for a higher price, because obviously there's no middleman taking their cut. That will be the strategy. It will be to move away from the agency work. Not that I've got anything against agency work, and if you are starting out with UGC content, it's definitely a fantastic place to start to build up your portfolio. But don't be afraid to reach out to brands. You know, the worst they can say is no. Well, or they'll ignore you. It's one, you know, that's the only thing that can happen. You know, and then if you can build a relationship with that brand, you can then hopefully work with them over and over again. So, you know, it's a win for you. So when it comes to the affiliate links, then you will see I have some dotted around in my previous videos. Many times I forget to add them to videos. So that is definitely something that I'm going to be making sure that I'm doing more of. And really that's just a case of, you can have like a default description box here on YouTube, for example, where it puts the same thing in the description box every single time. So I'm going to go through, and so I have affiliate links for BookBolt and for Creative Fabrica, for example, and those are both software or platforms that I use for creating the low content books for Amazon KDP. So those will be in every single video now, because even if I'm not talking specifically about that in that video, you know, somebody might come across it and decide that actually they want to give those platforms a try themselves. So I think it's just about being more conscious about where I'm putting the links and making sure that I'm actually putting them out there in the first place. TikTok, I saw a little bit of success in the TikTok affiliate program, not the Creator Fund, just the TikTok Shop affiliate program. I bought one of the walking pads that are everywhere over on TikTok, so I am going to make some videos about that. Maybe if I start selling some of those, it might make me more excited. But at the minute, what I'm making commissions over there is, you know, it's a couple of pounds here and there. It's not enough to be considered a sustainable income at this point. Now, once I have finished funding the holiday, then my focus is going to shift, because I have 2 teenagers now, both of which are incredibly smart, and one is at college, one is just, so I've got one doing A-levels and one doing GCSEs, so it won't be long until they are both going off to university. So I right now don't have a specific university fund. Now obviously they can get student loans and things to cover tuition fees, but I want to be able to help them out as much as possible. You know, it's things like pots and pans and plates and all of that kind of stuff that they're going to need if they move away from home, which is something that we've been talking about recently, and you know, which unis they might want to go to. So yeah, just getting a head start on that kind of thing, which is both really exciting to be able to think about doing that, but also terrifying because they're nearly adults. And then my final financial goal for 2025 is to increase my investment. So I have a stocks and shares ISA, and I want to be able to increase the monthly payments into there. I'm not sure yet how I want to do it, whether I want to set it as you know, a fixed amount every month, or if I want to try and do it like a percentage of my income for that month. That might be better. So in those months where, you know, my income is up, I'll be putting more in, sorry. And then on those months where they're a bit quieter, I'm not going to be stressing or worried about how much I'm putting in, because it will be linked to that amount. I think that's probably the way I'm going to go. So for right now then, those are my financial goals. What I want to do is to revisit them in spring, because I do feel like January is an odd time to be making kind of huge changes or setting huge goals for yourself, purely because we're just, well, in England, we're in the middle of winter, and it's just not a very motivating time of the year, isn't it? You want to stay in and be cozy, and well, I do anyway. I want to be cozy and warm. So yeah, I'm definitely going to circle back around to my goals in springtime and see what we can adjust, see how well that we're getting on with it as well, and check in. And we'll make another video and I will keep you guys updated when we do that. And then I just wrote down some other little goals that I wanted to do for myself that aren't directly money related, but kind of, you know, on the periphery. So I want to make sure that my food cupboard is fully stocked. So I obviously have food in the kitchen, and then I have a cabinet that I keep separately, and that's where I keep all the extra dry food goods. So I want to make sure that that is fully stocked. Different types of flour, dry pasta, we have tins of soup in there, extra beans, extra tinned tomatoes, rice, and all that kind of stuff. Those kind of basic cupboard staples that if you've got them in, you can make a meal out of. So I really do want to make sure that that's fully stocked up, because there is something so satisfying for me. And I don't know whether, if you've ever been in food poverty or a situation where you didn't have a lot of food in, or you weren't sure, you know, how you were going to make a meal, you will probably understand the satisfaction that you have when your fridge is full, when your cupboards are full, and the sense of security that that can give you. And that's really what I'm chasing this year, is that sense of security across all aspects of my life. And then lastly, I am going to be prioritizing reading. I have so many, I mean, this is just a small collection of the books that we have. I have a daughter who's an avid reader / avid book buyer. So we have so many books that I want to get stuck into this year. I'm not going to set myself a limit, or a target, sorry, of how many books I want to read. I just want to get back to being able to read for pleasure. There's something so lovely about like having a shower, putting on fresh pajamas, and then curling up on the sofa with a really good book. So that is a promise that I'm making to myself this year, that I'm going to spend less time doom scrolling on my phone, because I can definitely tell in my mental health when I'm not doing those things that bring me joy, and I'm just doing those things that kind of rot your brain. So I'm definitely going to be moving away from that and more into reading books. Right now I'm reading Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell, which so far I'm really enjoying this book actually so far. So yeah, so that is the plan for 2025. Like I said, we're going to come back in spring. In fact, I think what we'll do is come back every kind of 3 months, and we'll do a goal check-in. We'll look at the figures, we'll look at how I'm getting on, just to try and hold myself accountable. And then we can adjust and pivot as we need to, or celebrate the wins, you know. Hopefully that's what we'll be doing. I just want to say a huge thank you if you have subscribed to this channel, if you've been around for a while, all of those that leave me comments. There are those regular commenters who just are probably, do you know what, some of you are far more supportive than some people in my real life, and I just wanted to let you know that I appreciate each and every one of you. I really do. So thank you so much for helping Project Rich Mom to grow. That is all for today's video. I will see you guys at the end of the week for a new cash stuffing video. Take care, have a wonderful rest of your day, and thank you so much for watching.